Every powerful empire in history, Rome, Britain, Spain, had one thing in common. Their money ruled the world before their armies did. Today, that empire isn't built on swords or colonies. It's built on a green piece of paper used in every country, every market, every crisis. The US dollar. But how did a young country, barely independent, create the most dominant currency humanity has ever seen? Welcome to AssetNova, where money, power, and history leave their fingerprints. Picture this. It's the summer of 1944. The world is bleeding. Cities in Europe and Asia lie in smoking ruins. Millions are gone. The old empires, Britain, France, Germany, are broken. Deep in the forests of New Hampshire, far from the battlefields, representatives from 44 nations arrive at a quiet mountain hotel called Bretton Woods. They come with one desperate question: how do we stop the world from falling apart again? Everyone knows the old system failed. In the 1930s, countries slashed their currencies against each other like knives in a street fight. Trade collapsed. People starved while food rotted in warehouses. No one wants that nightmare again. At the table sits America, untouched by bombs, factories running full speed, and holding nearly 3/4 of the world's gold in Fort Knox. America has the muscle. And America has a plan. Two men lead the show. One is Britain's brilliant economist John Maynard Keynes. He dreams of a neutral world money called Bancor that no single country controls. The other is America's quiet, tough negotiator, Harry Dexter White. Guess who wins? White wins. The deal is simple, but it changes everything. Every country will tie its money to the US dollar. And the dollar will stay tied to gold, $1.35 for 1 ounce, anytime, any country. Suddenly, the dollar becomes the one currency everyone trusts. If you want to buy oil, wheat, steel, or machines, you need dollars first. Think about that for a second. Overnight, the dollar stops being just American money. It becomes the blood of world trade. By the 1950s, more than half the world's trade is paid in dollars. Europe rebuilds with American loans, dollars again. The Marshall Plan pours billions into shattered countries, but there's a silent string attached. You stay friend with America, and you keep using our money. Your grandparents lived the golden age this created. Factories hummed, wages rose, a single paycheck bought a house, a car, and college for the kids. That wasn't just hard work. That was the dollar working its magic. Cheap loans, endless demand, the whole world sending goods to America in exchange for those green pieces of paper. But empires always stretch too far. By the late 1960s, America is spending like never before, fighting in Vietnam, building highways, launching the Great Society. Dollars pour out of the country faster than gold comes in. France's President Charles de Gaulle starts to worry. He loads ships with dollars and sails them across the Atlantic. Give me my gold back. Others follow. The vault at Fort Knox starts to look a little empty. August 15, 1971. A Sunday night. Most Americans are watching TV. President Richard Nixon appears on screen and drops a bomb no one sees coming. He says the United States will no longer swap dollars for gold. Just like that, the promise made at Bretton Woods is broken. The dollar is now backed only by one thing: the world's belief in America. Panic hits the markets. Currencies swing wildly. Prices soar. People line up at gas stations. Many thought this would be the end of the dollar empire. It wasn't the end. It was the beginning of something even stronger. Most people think the dollar died that Sunday night in 1971 when Nixon cut the gold cord. They were wrong. It just changed clothes and became unstoppable. 2 years later, in October 1973, the Middle East explodes. Arab countries cut off oil to America and its friends because of the Yom Kippur War. Gas lines stretch for blocks. Prices at the pump quadruple in months. The world panics. In Washington, a tall, quiet man named Henry Kissinger sees the danger and the opportunity. He boards a plane to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. What happens next is one of the best-kept secrets in money history. Kissinger sits down with King Faisal and offers a simple deal. Price your oil only in US dollars, and we will protect your family and your kingdom with the full might of the American military. We'll sell you the most advanced weapons on Earth. No one will ever touch you. Faisal agrees. Within months, the rest of OPEC follows. From that moment on, every country that wants oil, Japan, Germany, India, Brazil, everyone has to collect dollars first. They sell cars, clothes, steel, rice, anything to get dollars. then hand those dollars to Saudi Arabia for black gold. The dollars don't stop there. The Saudis can't spend trillions overnight, so they buy U.S. Treasury bonds. That money floods right back to Washington. America gets to spend more than it earns year after year, and the world pays the bill. They called it the petrodollar system. It turned oil into the new gold backing the dollar. Fast forward 50 years. Today, 88% of international trade is still paid in dollars. Nearly 60% of all foreign reserves on the planet are dollars. When a drug cartel in Mexico, a factory in Vietnam, or a diamond mine in Africa does business, they use dollars. Your iPhone was paid for in dollars long before it reached the store. That's real empire. No colonies. No soldiers on every street. Just a quiet rule. If you want energy, you bow to the greenback. But here's what it means for your job and your paycheck today. A strong dollar is a double-edged sword. It keeps imports cheap. Your Walmart cart stays full for less money, but it kills factory jobs. American goods cost more abroad, so companies move plants to Mexico or China. Since 1971, America lost almost 8 million manufacturing jobs. IT lets the government borrow like crazy. $36 trillion in debt and counting, yet interest stays low because the world needs dollars to buy oil. If you work in tech, finance, Hollywood, or weapons, yes, weapons, you're sitting on the winning side of the empire. Global money flows here. If you build things with your hands, you felt the losing side. The twist nobody talks about, the petrodollar throne is starting to crack. China now sells oil to Saudi Arabia in yuan. Russia and India trade in rupees. 30 countries are testing non-dollar systems. Every year, the dollar's share of world reserves drops a little more. If the petrodollar falls, two things happen fast. America can't borrow cheaply anymore. Interest rates explode, your car loan, mortgage, credit card all double. But American exports suddenly get cheaper. Factories come home, millions of new jobs. So which future do you prepare for? Here's the simple blueprint the rich are already using. Own pieces of the real world, land, commodities, gold, Bitcoin that rise when the dollar weakens, earn dollars while they're still king, freelance globally, start an online business, learn skills the world pays top dollar for. Keep 6 to 12 months of expenses in cash, because when the music stops, cash is king for a moment. Watch the dollar index like a hawk. When it falls hard, buy American stocks and real estate cheap. When it rises hard, buy foreign assets cheap. A truck driver in Ohio did exactly this in the 1970s. He bought gold after Nixon's speech and small rental houses when rates were high. Retired at 52, never rich on paper, but never worried again. The dollar empire gave us the richest 50 years in history. It can also take it away just as fast. You now know how it was built. You now know it won't last forever. The choice is yours. They built this system in secret rooms and desert palaces. Now you see it clearly. Subscribe and turn on the bell.